let's start seated in this pose, so Virasana, if that suits you. Yeah, you can have your knees open slightly, you're sat onto your toes. You can always grab a block and sit on the block if you wanted to. Otherwise, you can always sit cross-legged, yeah? But you can rest your hands on your legs. Draw the shoulders up and down the back. Give the head a little bit of a shake, yes and no. You're just seeing how your neck is today and trying to free it up. And then when you feel ready, just let your eyes close down. You'll start to settle, letting go of your day. So this is the important part, letting go of whatever's happened already this week, whatever's going to happen after this class. And just seeing if you can be in this moment right now. And you can use your breath to help you do that, making your breathing the most important thing right now. So feeling the air moving in and out to your nose. Controlling your breathing, just seeing if you can get a little bit slower, a little bit deeper, a little bit softer. Some of you guys might be aware or use your Ujjayi breathing, where you take the back of the throat and push, the back of the tongue, push it towards the back of the throat. So you're constricting the airway. And you make that wave-like sound as you breathe in and out through your nose. And that might be way too much information for this time. So if that is way too much information, then you're just breathing deeply. Maybe that's something you can practice. Hopefully the breath is nice and steady now. You've managed to calm down, slow down. We'll keep coming back to this. Yeah, so you'll probably lose it or you'll lose your concentration with the breath, definitely when we start to flow. So I'll keep reminding you just to come back to this rhythm, even when we're flowing. So keeping your eyes closed, just walk your hands forward so you can settle in between your legs. Go into that child's pose, and if you do need to stretch your legs out at all, you can. It might be a relief to let yourself fall in between the legs here. So take a few breaths, those long, slow breaths. Try reaching the arms as far forwards as you can. Maybe even you can push down to the fingertips, lift the elbows off the floor, and feel that lovely long extension from your tailbone all the way to your fingertips. So if your palms are lifted, press them down. We'll come up onto all fours and straight into a pigeon pose. So right knee to right wrist, right foot to the left wrist, and then slide the back leg away. This might be a little bit deep for you first thing in the morning or whenever you're doing this, but you could not go down so low. The aim of this pose is to have the shin more parallel to the top of the mat, but while we're still at the very beginning of the class, keep the heel close to the pelvis. You can reach those arms all the way out in front, and start to actively squeeze down through the outer right leg and through the top of that left foot. Take a breath in through the nose. And a breath out through the nose. After every transition, if you lose your breathing, bringing it back to the breath. Walking the hands back up, tucking the back toes under. Lift yourself up and out of pigeon and take the right knee over towards the left wrist now. Lay down onto the outer left leg. You can untuck your back toes, and we're trying to bring this left hip towards the right thigh. You come down onto your forearms. Make sure the forearms are kind of in the center of the mat. Might feel a little bit weird. See how it goes. Try and relax into the outer right thigh, outer right hip. It's a big stretch. Be careful, be mindful. Stay up higher on the hands if you need to. If it does feel all right, you could extend your arms out in front. Take one more breath here. Good. And then walk your hands back underneath your shoulders. Tuck your back toes. Now this right leg, we're going to take it over towards the right side, and it's in line with your right knee. Right foot is underneath the right knee, and then you can lower it down and take your hands down, your head down onto your hands, and then think about pushing down through your inner right knee and inner right ankle. You want to try and have that leg kind of parallel to the hip, and then the foot right below the knee. So it's like that 90-degree angle. Try pushing down through the top of the left leg, inner right ankle, inner right knee. And take one more breath here. Slowly sliding that right knee out. Good. We're bringing the hands back underneath you, tucking the back toes. We'll come into a downward dog. So you can take the right leg to the back of the mat. That's it. Have a little wiggle out. One side feels very strange in comparison to the other side. So let's make the other side feel strange, just like the right side. So right knee to right wrist. Oh, sorry, left knee to left wrist, left foot towards the right wrist, and then into pigeon. Walk those hands forwards or stay up on your forearms. And take a moment, relax into it. So a few breaths, pushing down through the top of the right leg, to the outer left leg. Slowly getting the body ready for these shapes. Take one more breath. Now walking your hands back towards the knees. Right, you're going to tuck your back toes under and take your left knee towards your right wrist. Then settling down onto the outer left leg there. Untuck the back toes and then bring your forearms down into the center of the mat. So it should feel quite deep there, and the outer left thigh, inner left hip. You're trying to bring your right hip towards your left leg. Take a breath in. And a breath out. It's in these moments of stillness that it's easy for you to start making a list of all the things that you need to do today. But this isn't the time. Let's let go of that list. Think about your leg, your left leg, your left hip. And you're walking your hands back underneath you, tucking those back toes, and we're going to swing that left leg out towards the left side. So you're coming left knee in line with the left hip, left foot below the left knee. And then you come down, rest your head on your hands, forehead down. Think about pushing down to the top of your right foot, the right thigh, the inner left knee, and inner left ankle. Trying to lessen the gap between the floor and your inner left leg. Encouraging the left hip to open. All right, so we're going to come out of that, bring the hands underneath your shoulders. Tucking the back toes, just take your left leg back and into that downward facing dog. Wiggle the hips from side to side. How does all that feel now? Hopefully both sides feeling strange. Then we come up high onto the toes. Make sure you've got the feet a nice space apart here. And then let both heels fall to the right side. Now you want to stay in downward dog, so try and lift those hips up nice and high. And then lifting the heels up, let them fall towards the other side. And play with that. How does that feel there? From your right hand to your right hip, but there's weight in that left hand. Lifting the heels up, roll yourself forwards into plank pose. And then lower the knees to the floor. Take some cat-cows, let the belly sink and lift the head, chest up. And as you exhale, push away and round into the back. Okay, 3 more of them, let the belly sink and lift the head, chest up. Hopefully there's some freedom there in the hips. And then push away and round into the back. 2 more, let the belly sink and lift the head, chest up. Good, and then push away and round into the back. Last one, let the belly sink and lift the head, chest up. Good, and then push away and round into the back. Coming back to neutral, where your hands are, put your elbows. And then where your elbows are, wrap your hands around. And then squeeze, walk your elbows forwards. Take your chest to the floor and your head to the floor. You're working on trying to send the chest down to the mat. Feeling the stretch from the elbows, armpits, down the sides of the body. If all feels well, you can open up your arms to the corners of the mat and then really think about chin to the floor, chest to the floor. Take one more breath. Good. And then we'll carefully walk our hands back in. That's a big stretch. And round into the back, chin to your chest. From here, just sit your hips back into your heels. Walk your hands back, come back to where we started more or less. Give those shoulders a little shake one way and the other way. And then now take your hands behind your back. I want you to bring your wrists so they're touching. Yeah, and you interlace your hands there. And lift the shoulders up towards the ears and around the back. Open up your chest and push your hands down towards the floor, keeping those wrists together. You're going to come up onto your knees. Let the crown of the head rest on the floor. And then lift your arms up and over your head. I want you to remember how this feels here, how drawing the shoulders away from the ears, but then drawing the hands down towards the floor. Breath in. And as you breathe out, bring the hands back onto your sacrum. Lower your hips back onto your heels. And you can extend your arms all the way back out in front. You push down to your hands and stretch out those shoulders there. Good, all right, looking forwards, come back up onto all fours. Let the belly sink and draw your head, chest forwards. Tuck your toes under and then lift those hips up and back again into your downward facing dog.
Come up high onto your toes and let both heels again fall to the right side. Push down through the edges of the feet. Stay in your downward dog. Take your left hand, maybe fingertips come up off the floor, or maybe left hand comes by your left side. Really push your right hand as you lift your hips up. Lowering the left hand back down. Lift the heels up and let them fall towards the left side now. Push down through both feet. Push down to that left hand. Take your right fingertips maybe off the floor or by the right side of you. Yeah, breathing in. And breathing out. Right hand comes down. Now lift the heels up and let them fall to the other side. Now push down through your left hand and see if you can lift your right fingertips off the floor. Yes, the right hand. Maybe you can take the right hand by the right side. It is awkward. Do what you can do. Lower the right hand down, lift the heels up and let them fall to the other side. So left over to that left side. Push down into your right hand now. Maybe come onto the left fingertips. And can you take the left hand by your left side? And it is awkward, it is strong, but see what you can do. Good. Releasing the left hand back down, lift the heels up, come forwards into your plank pose. And lower your knees to the floor, let the elbows brush the rib cage. Push down to come through into Cobra Up Dog, draw those shoulders back. Good, and we'll take it back into Child's Pose. Sit the hips into your heels, take a moment. Maybe you need to stretch out your wrists a little bit, little circles with the wrists. And we're coming back up onto all fours. Let the belly sink, lift the head, chest up. Tuck your toes under, lift the hips up and back into that downward dog. Try and keep that trench in your lower back. So we're adding on to that. Come up high onto your toes and then let both heels fall towards the right side. Now stay here, just bend your knees, but push those hips up high. Now as you straighten the legs, take your shoulder over your right hand and your left arm up to the sky. So we're into our side plank now. Yes, good. Lower the left hand down, lift the heels up, and then push those hips right back up into your downward facing dog. So you lift your heels up and then let them fall towards the left side. And once you get there, bend your knees. Really bend your knees as you push your hips up. Then take your left shoulder over your left hand, straightening your legs, take your right arm up to the sky. Good. Right hand comes down, push back into your downward facing dog. One more time like that. So come up high onto your toes, let both heels fall to the right. Once you get there, bend your knees. Lift your left arm up to the sky and then straighten your legs into side plank. Left hand comes down, back into your downward facing dog. And we lift the heels up, let both heels fall to the left. Bend the knees, pushing those hips up. Take the left shoulder over your left hand, right arm up to the sky. Side plank. Good. Right hand comes down. Elbows brush the rib cage, hover off the floor. It's a bit strong on your arms, this. Push down to come through Cobra Up Dog. And then meet me back in your downward facing dog. Nice big breath in. And a long breath out as you lift the sit bones up. Walk your hands back towards your feet. That'll be nice to come off your hands now. Hold on to opposite elbows and relax your head. Sway from side to side here. So like you did in your rabbit pose earlier, take your hands behind your back, interlace the fingers, now draw the shoulders away from the ears towards the tailbone. That's it, and then keeping those wrists touching, see if you can lift your arms up and over your head. Yes, you've got a really nice heavy head, stretching your hamstrings, you've got a bend in your knees, Your belly is on your thighs. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bringing the hands back to the sacrum and then releasing them back down by the feet. Inhale, lift the head and chest up. So you're in a halfway lift. Hold it there. Bring your hands onto your hips and then come up to standing with a straight back. Knees can be bent. Sit, tuck your tail under. Push the thighs forwards, hips forwards, and peel the chest back. And then lift it up and over and hinge from the hips. Good, guys. Releasing the hands. Inhale, lift the head, chest up. And as you exhale, walk the hands all the way back into your plank pose. So back into those side planks again. Let both heels now just fall to the right in your plank and swing the left arm up to the sky. Left hand comes down, lift the heels up, and then let both heels fall to the left, right arm up to the sky. Good. Right hand comes down. Last time, let both heels fall to the right, left arm up to the sky. Now you can always have your knees dropped. Stay here for a moment though. See if your left arm can slide underneath your right arm towards that right side. And then uncurl, take it back up. Left hand down. Pick the heels up, let them fall to the left, right arm up to the sky. And then bring your right arm underneath you towards the left side. Don't forget those knees can be on the floor. And then uncurl. Good, take your right arm back down. Elbows brush the rib cage. You can drop your knees here. Push down, cobra, up dog. And then take it up and back into your downward facing dog. Welcome to your arms. Welcome to your body. Inhale. Exhale. So you're going to lift your right leg up to the sky. You're going to bend the knee and open up the hip. Now bend that left leg as you open up the right hip. Now as you straighten your right leg, straighten your left leg and try and lift that leg up even higher. You're going to bring your right knee into your nose and place your right foot inside your right hand. This is where we're going to get off our hands. And then move your left foot to the inner edge of the left side of the mat. Drop the back heel, 45. Now come onto your fingertips and draw the head chest forwards. Take the hands by your sides. All is well. Inhale, lift yourself up. We're in warrior one. Left hip is drawing forwards in line with that right hip. You can take your arms up to the sky. And we bring the hands through center and then behind your back. Interlace and draw the shoulders back like you did earlier. And now you're going to take your right shoulder past your right knee. Look to your back foot. Arms up and over your head here. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Bring your hands to your sacrum. Are those wrists touching? And then lower your hands either side of the front foot. Lift your back heel up and lower your left knee to the floor. Now don't take it back anywhere, just hold it right there. And bring your hands onto your front knee, onto that top knee. Yeah, so normally I would take that left leg back, but I'm going to keep it here today. So you're going to push forwards without lifting your right heel off the floor. And then push back. Okay, so legs are strengthening as you push forwards and strengthening as you push back. Last one, push forwards and push back. So now you're going to stay there in this place where it is comfortable for you, and then play with lifting your right heel up off the floor. See how that feels there. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower the right heel down. Take your hands down. We'll come back onto the left leg and then draw the right toes up to the sky. They will be slightly off to the side, which is fine. Inhale, lift the head, chest up. Exhale and fold over the leg. Feels nice in that hamstring. Inhale, lift the head, chest up. You can just tuck the back toe. The back toes are already tucked. So you can lift the back knee and shoot your right leg to the back of the mat into your plank pose. Yeah, try and skip out a downward dog there. Elbows brush the rib cage. Push down to come through into cobra up dog, and then up and back into downward dog. Once you get there, wiggle. How's the right leg? Left leg lifts up to the sky. You can, as you bend the knee and open up the hip, bend your right leg. Yeah? And as you straighten your left leg, straighten the right leg. And try to lift that leg higher. Yeah, the hip is open, so we should be able to get the leg a little bit higher than normal. Yeah, from here you can bring your knee into your nose, pop the left foot inside the left hand, and then you need to move your right foot to the inner edge of the right side of the mat. Drop the back heel 45. Now come onto your fingertips, draw your belly away from your thigh. Yes, that kind of feeling. And then take your hands by your side, press down, especially through that back foot as you come up, and then lift your arms up. So we're warrior one, trying to bring this right hip forwards. Inhale, lift the head, chest up. Exhale, bring the hands through center and behind your back. Interlace, draw the shoulders back, and then slide your left shoulder inside your left leg. Look to your back foot. Let the arms come up and over your head. So are your wrists touching? And are you breathing? Yes, so are you mindfully breathing? Bringing the hands back to the sacrum. That's it, placing them either side of the front foot. Lift your back heel up and then lower your right knee. Don't move it back. Keep the toes tucked here and then bring your hands onto that left leg. Yes. Now hinge forwards. Don't let the heel lift here. And then push back. And again, 2 more pulses, exploring your mobility here today. So it's going to be different to mine. It's going to be different to yesterday. So just listening to that. Pushing down. Now maybe you're okay to stay here. And you can play with lifting that left heel up. Yeah, see how it makes your legs feel. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, we'll lower the left heel back down. Good. Take the hands down, come back onto the right leg and flex the left toes. This left leg is off to the side a little bit. Normally we'd have it directly inside, underneath your chest. Inhale, chest forwards. Exhale and fold. And you're kind of folding in between the legs. Good. Inhale, lift the head, chest. Just lift the back knee up off the floor and then send the left foot to the back of the mat. You are in your plank pose. Try and skip out the down dog there. Elbows brush the rib cage. Hover. Push down to come through cobra up dog and then back up into that downward facing dog. Again, wiggle it. See how it feels. See how it's settling. So let's keep going. Right leg lifts up to the sky, bend the knee. We're opening up the hip. You're straightening the leg there. So that right leg straightens, the left leg straightens if it was bent. Can you lift that leg up even higher? We bring the knee into the nose, right foot next to that right thumb. Wiggle it till it's right there. And then left foot over towards the outer edge of the mat. Good. Drop the back heel 45. Come onto your fingertips. Take your hands off the floor. Draw your belly away from the thigh. And then lift yourself up. And take your arms all the way up. Yes, you're back into that warrior one shape. Hands go behind you. Humble warrior now. Draw the shoulders back. Straighten the arms. Wrists touching. Right shoulder past right knee. Arms up and over your head. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the hands onto the sacrum, lift the head and chest up, and we come into our warrior two. So you're adjusting your right foot towards the left side, and we're in that warrior two shape now. Yeah?
Flip the front palm, reach it forwards and take it back and breathe into the right side. And we got a big circle, right hand comes down, touch the floor. A big circle with the left hand, touch the floor. You can walk your right foot over to the right. Turn the left toes towards the right, you're on the edge of the foot here. And then right fingers up to the sky, into your side plank. Now, stay like this, or right foot on top of left, or drop the left knee. Arm up and over your head, push those hips up, inhale. And as you exhale, right hand onto the floor, toes back into plank, elbows brush the rib cage. Come through Cobra, up dog, and take it up and back, downward facing dog. Wiggle, wiggle, and breath in, and breath out. Left leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip. How is your breathing here? Yeah, long, slow breaths. Straighten the left leg, straighten the right leg, try and lift that leg even higher. As you exhale, left knee into nose, left foot next to left thumb, and walk that right foot to the edge of the mat there. Drop the back heel, 45, come onto your fingertips, lengthen your spine, hands by your side, lift your head, chest up, and lift your arms up. Warrior one, right hip forwards. Take the hands through center and behind your back, interlace, draw the shoulders back, open up your chest. Humble warrior, left shoulder past left knee. Look to your back foot. Take those arms up and over the head, breathing in. As you breathe it out, bring the hands to the sacrum, lift the head, chest up, reach the arms back where they came from. And then we're going to open up into warrior two. Oh, that's it. Walking the left foot towards the right side. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards and take it back. Breathe into the left side. And then big circle, left hand comes down. Big circle with the right hand, that comes down. Pick your heel up, walk the left foot over to the left. Turn the back toes to the left, left arm up to the sky. Now you can stay with the left leg forwards. You can take your left leg back on top of the right. You can drop your right knee down. Yeah, so all those options. Left arm up and over your head. Really lift those hips up. And then bring your left hand down onto the mat. Bring the toes onto the mat. Elbows brush the rib cage. Inhale, cobra, up dog. And then exhale, back into downward facing dog. Wiggle those hips, breathe in. And breathe out. Let's keep moving. Okay, right leg lifts up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Straighten the right leg. See if the leg can get higher. Bring the right knee into your nose. Right foot next to right thumb. Back into warrior one. Okay, so left foot over to the outer edge or in edge. Drop the back heel. Come onto your fingertips. Hands by your side, lift yourself up. Get the tuck here as you bring your left hip forwards, arms up. Yeah, take in the hands behind you. Draw the shoulders back. Hopefully this is feeling a bit more open there. Right shoulder past right knee, arms up and over your head. Look to the back foot. Bring your hands to your sacrum, then lift the head, chest up. We're still in warrior one, arms come up. And then open up into warrior two. So you're going to walk that right foot to the left side. Yes, flip the front palm, reach forwards. Take it back, breathe into your right side. And then straighten the right leg. Bring your right arm up and over, triangle pose. Okay, so right leg straight, left arm to the sky. That's it, nice Jax. Push your head back towards, imagine there's a wall behind you. Squeeze those legs towards each other, guys. Good, looking down. Bend your front knee, come back into warrior two. You know where we're going now. Right hand comes down, touch the floor.
Big circle with the left arm. Heel toe the right foot over to the right. Turn the back toes towards the right, right arm up to the sky. Now you can stay here. You can drop the left knee. Right foot can go back on top of left foot. Now this time maybe try lifting your right leg and lifting your hips up even higher. Lifting that right leg, lifting the hips up even higher. Good, lowering your right hand down, coming back into your plank pose, vinyasa. Cobra up dog, downward facing dog. We do get a little break after this round, so after this left side. So let's lift the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip, and then we can straighten that left leg, try and get the leg higher. Okay, left knee into nose, left foot inside the left thumb. Walk your right foot to the edge of the mat, drop the back heel, come onto the fingertips, get the core strong, hands by your side, lift your head and your chest up. Come up, warrior one, right hip forwards. Hands come through center and behind your back, then get the shoulders drawing back, straighten the arms, lift your chest up, left shoulder past left knee, arms up and over your head. Now maybe your head is tickling the floor now. See if you're getting a little bit lower. Hands back to the sacrum, lift the head, chest back up and lift your arms up. It's tough that bit, isn't it? We open up into warrior two. Left foot towards the right side. We flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the left side. We can straighten the left leg, bring your left arm up and over your head into triangle. So could your hand be on your shin here? Could you wrap your left rib cage towards the right side? You squeeze your legs towards each other. Yeah, breathe in. How is it all feeling? How is it all settling? As you breathe out, looking down, rebend that front leg, come back, warrior two. Now left hand comes down, touch the floor. Big circle with the right arm. Pick the back toes, heel up, left foot over towards the left side. Sit and then turn your back toes towards the left, front foot goes onto its side as well. Left arm up to the sky. Now strong through this right arm. Maybe you stay here, left leg goes back on top of right. Maybe you drop the right knee. This time try and lift that left leg and try and push those hips up higher. Yeah, breathing in. Lift, 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 really push through your right hand. As you breathe out, lower the leg, bring the left hand down, toes back onto the floor, elbows brush the rib cage. Turning through, cobra, up dog, and then right up and back, downward facing dog. Well done, so much strength needed in the arms there. Big breath in, long breath out. And you can lower the knees to the floor, have your big toes touching. Let yourself relax in between your legs for a moment. Yeah. Take stock. How are we doing? So we are perfectly prepped for your fallen angel. Let's see what we can do here. So when you feel ready, we'll come back up onto all fours. If you need to shake out those wrists, do so. Do little circles, whatever you feel like you need to do. Now we let the belly sink, lift the head, chest up. And I'm doing this because I want you to try and keep this shape in your downward dog. Yeah? So that means having your knees bent. Okay, tuck your toes, and then lift those hips up and back, and keep that shape in your back. And if you can't keep that shape, don't straighten the legs. Yeah? We want to have the nice long spine here. All right, let's give it a go. Right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee and open up that hip. And straighten the leg from there. Try and lift the leg up even higher. Now bring the right knee into your nose, and then take that right knee towards the left elbow. You can extend the right leg over towards the left side. Okay, now I want you to wiggle your left leg back. You've all done this with me before. Draw your head, chest forwards. Really try to straighten into the right leg. Come onto your left fingertips, left hand forwards. Hold it there, breathe in. As you breathe out, start to look underneath your left arm and drop the back heel 45. That's it. So this is your fallen angel. Now, if you want a little challenge, push your hips towards the right side and then try and lift your right leg up off the floor. If you manage to lift it, lower it back down. Take your left hand back to the floor. Keep sliding your right leg out towards the right side. Bend your arms. And then lower your chest and chin to the floor. Okay, so you got your back toes down, your right leg is straight. If you can't do it straight, bend the leg. Yeah. Elbows are squeezing back, chin is on the mat. Breathe in. Can you untuck your back toes and try and bring your left hip towards your right hip? Good. Tucking your back toes, lift the back knee, lift your chest, lift your arms, lift your hips. You're going to try going for the other side. Okay, so lift the right leg all the way through. Going to try and keep that right leg straight. I'm going to have to move over. And then let the arms bend, lower your chest, your chin to the floor. So you've got the edge of your right foot on the floor. You're trying to draw your right baby toes to your right hip. Trying to lessen the distance between the floor and your inner thigh. Might feel strange. Push down to the top of the left foot. Elbows are bent, shoulders drawing back. Tuck in the back toes. Lift your head, chest up. Lift your hips up. And then take your right foot back into your downward facing dog. Wiggle that out. How does it feel? Okay, let's go for the other side. Lift the left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee and open up that hip there. Straighten the left leg. Try and get even higher. And then bring your left knee to your right elbow. Yeah, so towards the nose and then over towards the right elbow. Extend that left leg towards the right side. Now wiggle your right leg back. Draw your head, chest forwards. Maybe come onto your fingertips with the right hand. Or you can reach your right hand forwards. Hold it. Breathe. Now you're going to look underneath your right arm and drop the back heel 45 degrees to the left. And then reach, reach, reach and twist the chest towards the sky. Now if you want to go a bit further, push your hips back towards the left and then hover that left leg up off the floor. Hold it, breathe in. As you breathe out, lower the left leg back where it came from. Right hand comes down. Come back onto the toes at the back. Slide that left leg towards the right side. Bend the arms, lower down onto the outer left leg. Elbows bent, chin down, chest down. Then you can untuck your back toes and try and bring your right hip to your left inner thigh. You've done all the preparation for it. How does it feel? Might feel strange. You might wonder, am I doing it right? Tucking your back toes, lifting yourself up. You swing that left leg out towards the left side now. Elbows bend, slide the leg out. Trying to keep the leg straight. And then lower your chest, your chin down onto the mat. Now think about your baby left toes. Yes, try and draw them back towards you. Try and lessen the distance between the thigh and the floor. Of course, you've got to listen to your body. Now, if this is too much, bend that knee. No problem. One more breath. Good. All right, tucking your back toes. Lifting your head just up And taking that left leg back into your downward facing dog. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. How is all of that? Good. Lower your knees to the floor. So we've stretched the outer, the inner. Now let's stretch the front. You're going to take your right hand behind you. I'm going to use my left so you can see. Pop the hand onto the floor quite close to the toes, and then swing your left arm up and over your head as you push your hips forwards. So you can feel the stretch through the quads, through the hip flexors, through this left side. And sit the hips back down. You've got 3D freeing up, yes. Freeing up through the whole 3D of you. Left hand behind you. Then swing the right arm up and over your head. Breathing in. And breathing out. Good. And then sitting the bum back down onto the heels. Coming back to the center. You're going to tuck your toes under. Lift your knees up. And then just rock back into the feet. And I really want you to try this one. So it's been a challenge for us in the pod so far this week. You're going to open up your feet wide and bring your heels to touch. So your heels are up off the floor here. Okay? And let your bum sit over the edges of your heels. Walk your hands forwards for a moment. Relax the forehead down. So you've all been here before. All right, slowly walk the hands back up. Now have a little bit of faith, a little bit of trust. Take your right hand behind you, rest it on the floor, swing the left arm up and over your head, and try and lift those hips up with the knees open. Good, and then sit the hips back into the heels, swing the arms all the way around, go to the other side. So left hand behind you. Heels touching, try and lift those hips up. Keep the knees open. It's a bit wobbly. Let's see what you can do. Hips back into your heels, coming back to the front. And then you can lower bring the feet forwards and lower the heels down. Lower your bum down. Extend your legs out in front. Safety on the mat. Hands by your hips, inhale, lift up tall, and then exhale, fold over those legs. How's the hamstrings? Now you know you can have a bend in your knees. If you can't catch hold of the edges of the feet, then bend the knees. Okay, so that's the top tip. And everybody catch hold of the edges of the feet. Take a long breath in. So if you can't catch hold of the edges of the feet with the legs straight, you are going to have your knees bent. Now inhale, try and draw the head chest forwards, pull on the edges of the feet and start to round into the back. So you're really spreading your shoulder blades here. So you can do this with the legs bent or the legs straight. Then releasing the feet, start to lower down, rolling through the spine. Straightening the legs if they're bent, and you're ending up lying down onto your mat. We're going to do the opposite of that now into bridge. So bring your heels to your bum, your hands flat on the floor. Inhale. Exhale, belly draws back. Push down through the feet and then lift the hips up. And like we have been doing the whole class, interlace the fingers and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep pressing down through the baby fingers. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Releasing the hands, let the spine lower down, vertebra by vertebra. And now bring the soles of the feet together and knees open. Okay, and you can take your arms up and over your head. So, wow, what a journey we have been on. Warrior one, humble warrior, fallen angel. Your whole body is dancing. Dancing with all the
different shapes, different places, dancing with the breath, dancing with the energy. No awareness on your breathing, just let that happen naturally. And if you would like, you could extend your legs to the corners of the mat, or you can stay as you are. You can have your arms above your head or down by your side. Anything is good, but it's super important to take this moment, this little moment of stillness. Jaw relaxed, face relaxed, everything relaxed. Taking one more breath here in Shavasana. One more moment. And as always, you're welcome to stay and continue in Shavasana, or maybe even continue your practice. Now, if you need to move with me, you can start to wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Now take the arms above the head, do that lovely full body stretch. You feel this brand new body. Isn't it nice to think that the end of every practice is the beginning of a fresh new start? It's a clean bill of health, fresh slate. Roll over onto the right hand side. And then slowly walk your way up to seated to face the front. And sit in any shape that feels good for you. Okay, just before we continue the day, we'll let the right ear fall to the right shoulder. See if you can let go of any tension that might have built up there from the practice. And bringing the head back to the center, lower left ear towards left shoulder, and then try and create that space on the right side. And bring the head back to the center, chin to chest. Stretch the back of the neck. You can bring your hands onto your chest. Press the hands down and then lift the chin up. Okay, so as you push the hands down and lift the chin up, get that extra stretch. And bringing the chin back parallel to the floor, release the hands. Take a breath in through both nostrils. And open your mouth, exhale, let it go. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed the class. Well done. Take your time. Have some nice food. Refuel.